Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Lostlegendstv. We are Rated MC, and I'm Ray.
I'm James.
Moving forward with the horror bracket again.
We're going to have the top dog, Jaws.
Versus Lake Placid.
And I'm hoping you've heard of Lake Placid. Like, it may not be one of the greatest franchises ever.
That's Betty White.
Yeah, it's Betty White. Betty White's awesome, bro.
If you don't like Betty White, then fuck yourself.
If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it.
Let me tell you how it's about to go. Let me show you the towel you're about to throw. This is hip-hop, try to run in our house, we'll knock your ass straight out the door. I'm the enemy's epitome, the fantasy, my tendency to mentally give your career the death penalty. I instantly advise you to match my...
Okay, so the first thing we look at are plot, stories, sequels, and freshness. Which fucking franchise kept it fresh? In the first rounds, we give a vague description of the movie plots. The first one is just basically a 30-foot man-eating crocodile terrorizing this town in Maine. And that's it. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the main... Like, they introduce some characters and things like that, and Betty White's feeding them. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it's focused mainly on the crocodile terrorizing the city. Mm-hmm. Lake Placid 2 is about a man-eating crocodile return with 2 crocodiles and 1 aggressive female crocodile, which is protecting her nest, and it wreaks havoc on the locals. Lake Placid 3 focuses on a main character this time, which is a game warden. He moves his family to Lake Placid, one of the site of the deadly crocodile attacks from the previous films. And the locals assure him that the crocs are gone, but his asshole son finds these baby crocs and starts feeding them.
Yeah.
And then the crocs grow up to these big-ass adult size, and they start eating his family and the locals. Next, Lake Placid, the final chapter, which is a lie in horror movies, is about Reba the poacher, which she's now an EPA agent. She was a character in a previous film. Black Lake is turned into a crocodile sanctuary surrounded by an electric fence. When the fence gets opened one night, a high school field trip bus unknowingly enters the park. It is up to Reba and the sheriff to save the kids from becoming crocodile chow. Lake Placid Legacy. A group of young explorers discover a secret area hidden from all the maps and GPS devices. When they reach the center of the lake, they discover an abandoned facility that houses one of the largest, deadliest apex predators known to man. Yeah, you guessed it, a crocodile. Rather than a sequel, Legacy is considered to be a standalone film, not connected to your previous films, and the only film in the series not to feature or reference the Bickerman family, declaring it a reboot.
Like I said, and then we get into Jaws. I would be baffled if you didn't know what Jaws was about, but...
we're going to need a bigger boat.
We're going to need a bigger boat. Basically, this one girl gets killed during a night swim at a party or whatever by a shark. Her remains are found the next day. Brody decides he wants to shut down the beach. Mayor says no. It's gonna ruin the summer. It's fucking stupid. We've never had trouble with sharks before. It ends up going into where, like, more people would get attacked, and then there's, like, a price on the shark's head, and eventually Hooper, Brody, and Quint go try to kill the shark. It's a very good movie. Probably one of the better ones in this entire section. And then you got two, you got Brody who comes back, and these 2 scuba divers get killed trying to photograph, like, the wreckage of the first ship from the first movie. Brody immediately thinks there's a shark doing this. And again, the mayor, which is insane.
He's like fucking impeached, dude.
No, that can't be it. Leads into a big showdown again with Brody and the shark.
Brody's a fucking G.
Brody's G. And this is the last one that Brody's in. 3 is the 3D film. It's basically like there's like this shark gets into this aquatic place. They decide that, like, in this place they're gonna open up underwater, like they open up underwater tunnels, gives the shark more chances to get people. There's not as many kills in 3, honestly, and it's a lot towards the end. It's all underwater kill stuff, and then you got 4, which is the revenge, which is where they believed this shark was trying to get revenge on their family.
It's a shark with a vendetta.
Like, I know I didn't go into detail, like, on 2, 3, and 4 for real, but 3 is not good, and 4 is god-awful. Like, it when Michael Caine can't save your movie. You feel me?
I feel you, dude.
Which one do you think would be better to watch? Like, what are you thinking?
Uno, Dos, Stress, Lake Placid.
Jaws.
Lake Placid had better films, even though it did become like sci-fi. It's hard to keep me interested on a shark. At least with Lake Placid, they incorporate characters. I mean, this motherfucker eats humans, bears, elks.
I just think that one is such a strong movie, and then two is enough where I can I'll be like, oh, that's not bad. Like, even you've seen some bad like horror movies before, and like there's some that are so bad that it's good.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like a lot of B movies.
Yes, I feel like 2 would be that for me. 4 is pretty much unwatchable, but if you go into the fucking Lake Placid, there's a couple of them that's just not tolerable either.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it was basically just kind of like a toss of a coin, literally. I was like, you know what?
And like the only thing that saved the last 2 for real was that fucking badass girl.
Yeah.
You know?
Reba. You know, I'll just go with it. Because, like, I mean, Lake Placid's movies are all kind of like mediocre. Like, the first was good, and the rest of them are just kind of like down.
What's the same with Jaws?
Yeah, but
It's almost identical, like the way that plays out. But I just think Lake Placid is just a little more creative, you know, in all around the aspects.
I'll agree with you on this one because you did it with me for that one. So we'll just say Lake Placid. Lake Placid wins the first round.
1-0. So next thing we're gonna look at is
Box office.
box office. Did it bring in the cash?
All right, give them that Lake Placid numbers.
Box office of Lake Placid. The best one is the original with a $56.9 million profit, which is pretty good for a film.
It's not bad at all.
The worst one was the newest one, the 2018 one, the Legacy one. It only made $3 million off of a $2 million budget.
So it really only made
That's
$1 million.
terrible. Total gross, you get about $32.6 million, which is low for a franchise.
It's really low. Then we get to Jaws. And the lowest one is 4, which I'm surprised it even made that much. It made $51.9 million on a $23 million budget, which was the second highest budget of the whole franchise. But the highest one was the first one, which made $470 million. I shouldn't even have to tell you the numbers on this one, but I will. Total gross for Jaws, $708.6 million. Which
That's a
means
motherfucking blowout right
it
there.
fucking destroys Lake Placid and money-wise. And now we get into responses. All right.
Critical response for the Lake Placid franchise.
That's it. A bunch of them were average.
And they're all about like in the same ballpark too.
Mm-hmm.
So the best one is the original with a 5.06 out of 10. Dead on average.
Mm-hmm.
The worst one is number 3. And that averages out to a 3.3 out of 10. Not that good. Not that good at all. You take the average of that, you get 3.88 out of 10. Which is below average.
It is. Then you get to Jaws. The best one is the first one. No surprise. 8 out of 10. Which is really good. And then the worst one was, again, it's 4. It got a 2.04 out of 10. You average it all out, and it comes down to 4.78 out of 10.
Yep.
So Jaws has a slight edge now with critical response.
So it's all up to the audience score now.
It's how the audience feel it.
So, audience score for Lake Placid. The best one, again, the original, is a 46%. Again, decent.
Mm-hmm.
The worst one was actually the second one with a 14%.
That's awful.
And, like, me personally, I don't think 2 is worse than, like, 3 and 4 at all. But we don't make the numbers. You average that out, it's only 23.2%.
And then we get on
Terrible.
to Jaws again. And the first one, audience score, is, if it's not the highest, it's maybe tied or just second. 98%.
That's almost perfect, dude.
That's almost a perfect. Like I said, Jaws 1 is so, like, solid. It's a solid fucking movie.
Ah, what happened?
But 4 actually has a 0% rating. Fans fucking hated this movie.
I bet they regretted that one.
And that's such a that's literally 98% off. And you end up averaging it out, and the whole franchise comes out to 42.75. Still beats Lake Placid. So
Jaws is up 2-1.
All right. Now we get on to the kills.
Next up, kills. Who had the better kills?
All right, and then if we go through the whole franchise of Jaws, classic kill at the beginning, where old girl gets, like, you get it done. Like, the first time you hear the fucking theme, she gets pulled under. And it may, like, again, maybe it's not gory or flashy or anything, but it's so, like, it sets the tone for the film. You know what I mean? Like, it brings you into it. And then, of course, fucking Brody, when he kills the main shark, die, you son of a... and just shoots it. It's there for me. There was one in 2. There was a shark that took down a fucking helicopter.
Shit.
That's fucking insane. I gotta at least give it a little props.
Mark 1 from part 3 actually, when he eats those 2 guys and then it exploded by a grenade. Like just that camera angle of being like inside the shark.
That was pretty cool.
I thought that was creative.
I thought about that. And if we get into bad kills, a lot of the shark deaths. First time it's fine. But out of the 4 films, 3 of them, the shark gets blown up.
Like, just the first Lake Placid has some really good kills, okay? The scuba dude got eaten in half. You see this fucking elk head. You see this Croc eat this whole motherfucking bear. Like, that's...
It takes the sheriff's head off, clean off.
I mean, it had great kills in the first one. In Lake Placid 2, I wanted to mention the fucking guy who killed that Croc with his fucking knife heroically.
Oh,
that was badass.
That's probably my favorite. Like, cause legit, he jumps up, stabs, and kills a fucking Croc, and then later in the film, gets killed by a different Croc.
One I really, really wanted to mention was in Lake Placid 3 when these couple are fucking on the shore.
Giggity.
Okay, and this guy gets dragged out from under this bitch. Like, could you imagine? You get a piece of meat and just... You look down, your old man's gone. And then, in the next one, this guy gets his fucking dick bit off.
God, please, no! 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 No!
I want to mention Reba. With a part of, like, shooting and killing one Croc, and then a different Croc just takes this one dude's head off. And then, again, by herself, takes down another Croc.
She was carrying the fucking team, dude.
She was carrying the franchise, honestly. Like, after 4, like, that's probably the only reason people kept watching them.
There is this one special kill in the whole franchise that I really love, that I wanted to talk about. In 5, it's an off-screen death, kind of, because you don't see the girl die. But this girl's in this culvert. She has this flare, and she sees the big-ass Croc coming at her. And the flare slowly starts to dim. The way it's shot, one way I wouldn't want to go out. And if I'm going out brutally, just take me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to be fucking frightened, like you can't see it coming at you, you know what I'm saying? Like you're in the pitch dark. That was terrifying to me.
If we go towards, like, kills, I think I know mine.
I don't mind, definitely. Uno, dos, tres, Lake Placid. It's 2-2, my boys.
Lake Placid has more, like, diversity in kills. Like, there's one dude who gets, like, pinned against a tree and getting bitten in half. That's crazy. There's also some, like, terrible ones. Like, we didn't mention it, but there was that one where, like, the dude got hit and he just, like, falls back into the tree. And then,
yeah. He's just,
like, the slow movement. Like, he was in the air, but, like, the slow movement, like, because they couldn't do anything better. And him hitting the tree and falling death
ragdolls.
awful. But for the most part, there's a lot of decently creative kills.
So guys, this is the tiebreaker.
Back to 5.
Fearfulness.
I will tell you this: when I first realized this was the matchup we were going, I did not think we were going 5.
I thought Jaws was gonna take it.
I thought Jaws was going to take it in a sweep.
Let's briefly discuss.
We should just talk about both of them in both situations. We go Lake Placid. The Croc can go on land. He can go after you, and like several different times he was like in different facilities. Or
It's a double-edged sword.
It was.
There was a times in the franchise where the motherfucker actually went in the house, broke down the door. Remember that?
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, I would agree with you. To me, I would fear a crocodile way before a shark.
If you go into the situation with Jaws, like the whole movie does take place in the water. So if you're in that situation, like if I put myself in Brody's shoes, I would feel compelled, just like he did, to get rid of the shark.
Because it's either that or try to get on shore.
Yeah.
Like if you're out that far and you have no choice, I mean, it's fight or flight. You have to try to kill it.
And to be in that situation for like a whole movie would be extremely terrifying. And like I know some sharks get big, but these sharks weren't freaking huge. Like they basically were big enough like they could only like take a good chunk out of you, like like a side bite. The jump scare for it would be crazy.
Yeah.
Because you can't see it coming. It's in the fucking water. You're not gonna see it coming.
And the ocean ain't that clear.
No, it's not. And with like I know in the film it does the fucking fin. Sharks don't do that in real life. They don't.
Damn.
No, it's legit like never like that. It just pops up.
They're coming up like this. You never fucking see it.
No, you're never gonna see it. That would be terrifying. The crocodile would be a lot easier to see.
That is a double-edged sword.
As much as it pains me to say this shit, because I would have never said this, I think Lake Placid takes it, dude.
Lake Placid.
And that kills me.
And I'm sure like a lot of people will disagree with us.
That's 100%. Like, bro, the kills are better in Lake Placid.
Yeah.
It would be more terrifying for the crocodile because, again, it can go everywhere that you go.
In the water itself, a shark would be more versatile.
Yeah, like if we were legit just basing this in the water, the shark would be way, way scarier because you're not going to see it. It can jump out at any point. You fall in that water, you're fucking done. You're not going to be fast enough to get past that shit.
Versus the croc, where even if you make it out of the water, motherfuckers still following you.
Exactly.
You know?
So it just makes it work. Like, and then, like, again, we go plot. Both of them have a decent set of, like, bad films. Overall, eventually, like, I guess I can see myself watching Lake Placid more than I would Jaws. Like, if I watch Jaws, I'm watching the first one.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't really need to watch the fourth one. I don't ever want to watch the fourth one, and that's why he was able to sway me. Because, like, looking back at it, like, the fourth one is so bad, I don't ever want to watch that one. That's gotta somebody's bracket up.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gotta.
We just pissed a lot of people off, but
it had to because, like, bro, it's Lake Placid.
Lake Placid takes it.
So Lake Placid
moving on.
I know we pissed you off with this one right here.
I say this every video because it keeps becoming more true. We're as fucking surprised as you are. Mm-hmm. If I had to pick which one was going to,
I said it in
Jaws.
the beginning. Like I said it like halfway through. Like I would have never thought Lake Placid would have took this. So tell us why we're wrong. Whatever you got to in the comments.
But based on the facts,
based on this, what we got, we're going Lake Placid.
Yep.
Tell us what you got. But until next time, y'all. Deuces.
Adios.
What a slam. Bring us back to you, crotches. My crew just might roll on you.